A little while ago, I was listening to Mary J. Blige's Real Loves. I'm searching for real love, someone to share my life with. Real love, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I just thought, oh, how awesome it is to be looking for a real love. And I figured, you know what, a lovely topic would be how to give love, because when we learn how to give love, then we receive love. So today I've got how to give good love 10 tips, okay? Giving good love involves a deep understanding of yourself and the needs of the person you're loving. So you've got to know the two of you really, really well. You've got to know yourself, what your requirements are, what makes you happy, what makes you feel loved, what makes you feel secure, and also what the other person desires. It's a process and it takes time. You have to be patient. You can't rush this. I get where people say, okay, I've met my soulmate, this is my connection, this is my person. Yes, but over time, the relationship deepens and the bonds begin to build and they are more cemented. So be ready to be patient and have a love that develops in a meaningful way. Number one, practice self-love first. The first person you're responsible for loving is you. You have to understand your own needs. You see, if you don't know your own needs, how will you share those needs with somebody else and have them met? You have to be willing to have your needs facilitated so that you feel loved. Often people may go into relationships where they're not sure what their needs are, and then they're in the relationship, they feel uncomfortable, they feel unloved, they feel unhappy. Why? Because they didn't know what their needs were, but they've encountered things that are not what they needed or what they wanted. So it's really important that you love yourself first. Give yourself self-compassion, give yourself support, value yourself, and care about you first and foremost before you extend that love to somebody else. If you have wounds, past emotional hurts and traumas, disappointment from past relationships, then get those traumas and those hurts healed before you go into a relationship. No one's going to be 100%, but know what the wounds are and know what you need to ask that person to do so that they don't trigger you, so they don't make it worse, okay? That's really important. Number two, be emotionally present. You need to be ready to show a genuine interest and share your emotions with that person. If you are not willing to listen to what they've got to say, if they bore you, if you find yourself disinterested with them, if you feel that everything that happens to them is their own fault and that they're a little bit incapable and not as smart as they should be, if you begin to feel disinterested in them, they're not for you. This person is not for you. You have to be willing to show genuine interest and also to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to be honest with the person and to share, the areas where you're not amazing, because there are parts of us that are not amazing. We're all imperfect in some way. And when you're willing to share that, then you're in a good space. Also, practice empathy. Put yourself into the other person's shoes. If you find that you're devoid of empathy towards that person and you can't see things from their point of view, you're not in love with them. This isn't the genuine, real love. Separate. You're not for them. Save them their pain and save yourself the frustration. Disconnect, okay? Number three, communicate openly and honestly. And be transparent. Honesty is really important for giving good love. You share your feelings, you share what you're concerned about, you share your desires, and you're really open. Honest communication will build your trust, it will build your bonds, and it will prevent misunderstandings. You'll both know where you're coming from. Listen actively. That means that you don't just sit and listen and allow yourself to be distracted by other things, but you listen, you ask questions at the end, you don't interrupt when they're speaking, you don't jump to conclusions, and you respond in a respectful, caring and kind way. That's really important. Be upfront about your limits where boundaries are concerned. Everybody has their boundaries. You're entitled to have them. It may be that you don't like somebody coming up behind you and hugging you because in a past relationship there was some aggression that happened that way and you're not comfortable with it. Let them know. Just tell the person what it is that makes you unhappy, that makes you dissatisfied, that makes you uncomfortable. And in order to do that, you've got to know what that is. So you've got to work on yourself to know what your boundaries are so that you can tell the other person and have them put in place. So making the person know what your limits are, what your boundaries are, will prevent unnecessary conflict, and it will help you to stay in the right shape. You won't get out of shape. You're not going to start shouting, getting angry, getting frustrated, okay, and losing your temper because they breached a boundary that they didn't know about. Number four, offer support and encouragement to the other person. Be their biggest cheerleader. Yay, yay, yay. I'm on your side. I'm here for you. This is men and women. Be the person who's got their side. You're in their corner. And even though sometimes you know that what they did wasn't perfect, they weren't correct, maybe they lost the plot a little bit, you can still kind of let them know that, but do it in a nice way, okay? Show them that, I care for you a lot, but I think you ought to reconsider the situation, reconsider what's happened, think about things again. Sorry, it's really windy out here today. Think about things again, because maybe you could have taken a different approach to things. So, offer them your emotional support, let them know that you're there for them. And if, when it comes to things of emotion, you're kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do, don't back off. Just tell them, I'm here for you and I'm ready to listen to you. I'm here for you to share if there's anything you want to share with me. That's all you need to do, is show that you are available. And then believe in their potential, see the potential in them, see the fact that they could be better than they are right now. If they say, I'm going through some stuff, I've got some difficulties, always see the potential in them and the fact that they are going to surmount those challenges and they are going to do well. And you can guide them when they have moments of self-doubt. Everybody has moments of doubt, and we depend on the people who are our support network to encourage us and to help us to stay on track, to stay consistent and accomplish and achieve. Be willing to be that for someone. This is how you show love. Number 5, respect their independence. Don't be a Klingon, okay? This isn't Doctor Who. You're not going to cling on to somebody. Give them some space when they need it. Now, if you are on the spectrum, maybe autism, or you're impacted by abandonment issues and things, it's understandable that your behavior is going to be a little bit clingy. It's going to be difficult for you to separate. You are going to maybe feel a little bit insecure. Discuss that with the person and tell them the minimum of what you need. And remember, discuss it with yourself. Sometimes you have to just go through it. You have to say to yourself, okay, this isn't because of a lack of attention on their part. It's okay. We don't live together. I haven't heard from them for a couple of days. It's okay for that to happen. It's just because of what I've been through. It's making me feel a little bit insecure. And just repeat and tell yourself, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be all right. It's just because of what I've been through. And you just reassure yourself it's okay, it's fine, so that you're not constantly pursuing somebody, having to know where they are and what they're doing every hour of the day, every minute of the day. That is going to be too much. They're going to begin to feel suffocated. They're going to want space. So the more you're trying to cling on to them and get closer to them, is the more they're going to back away from you, because they're going to feel uncomfortable. So bear that in mind. Remember that in relationships, we have to be willing to trust. It's just what we have to do. We have to be willing to put it out there. We have to say, well, whatever happens, even if I am betrayed, I'm going to get over it. I know you're not going to feel as if you will, but you will. I'm going to get past this, and I have to trust this person. I also have to trust their decisions and their choices that they're making in life, and I have to trust them not to be betraying me, so that I'm not behaving extremely jealous, okay, or in a possessive way. So we have to recognize that people don't want us, literally, as I said before, suffocating them. We have to trust and give them space, okay? Number 6, be affectionate and loving. Don't, be kind, be loving, show physical affection, give them a kiss, give them a hug, and use lovely words as well. Use lovely words, use the love language that you have. You'll develop that together over time. You'll do something, you'll see their pleasure when you do it again. It'll continue to make them happy. So show them physical affection. Small gestures of affection are always appreciated. Little hugs, little kisses, holding hands if they like that, sitting down together, hugging, deepening the bond. It's really good. Physical touch is a wonderful way to express your love. Also, you can express love to them very regularly. I would say daily, but sometimes if they're the person who isn't connected to you every day, and the relationship is fairly new, or it isn't, you're just not that way, or they're not that way inclined, then you don't want to overload them with professions of love, because it could look as if you're begging them to want to reciprocate to you, like you're throwing it out there so that they will respond. So rather than doing that, from time to time, show some love, show some affection, send a little text message, let them know you're thinking about them. I personally do a little 3 love heart gesture. If I'm thinking about the person, I just keep thinking about them, I will just send a little text message with 3 love hearts, just to say, I'm thinking of you. I'm not expecting them to reciprocate. I've discussed it. You don't have to message me back. It's fine. I know you're busy, but this is just me telling you that I'm thinking of you. So express your love. Number 7, be patient and be forgiving. Give grace, be graceful, be kind. Relationships aren't perfect. People aren't perfect. Disagreements and mistakes do happen. When they happen, don't be nasty. Don't hold grudges. Don't be malicious. Don't bring out this awful side of you where you're going to insult them and make rude comments and be sarcastic and don't touch me, and try not to be that person, because they may begin to feel that's the real you. They may be mistaken and think, oh, that's who you really are. The person that you've been showing me all along is a fake version, and this cold, disdainful, nasty person is who you are. Or they may feel they don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who can be like that sometimes. It's traumatizing for them, it's painful for them. So be careful. Don't expect anyone to be perfect. You're not perfect and neither are they. Don't expect perfection. But you know what? Loving someone means accepting their flaws and their imperfections. Don't place unrealistic expectations on them. They're not Superman, they're not Superwoman. Be realistic in what you expect, but be loving, be kind, and love somebody for who they are, not who you want them to be. You see their potential, you see who they could be. They have to co-sign that, they have to agree to it. You can't mold somebody and make them who you want them to be. You have to accept the version of them that you're being given. Number 8, maintain emotional and physical intimacy. If you're in an intimate relationship, you shouldn't be going weeks and weeks without being sexually active. This should be happening because it holds your bond. It's a rebonding experience. It brings you close. So you don't want to have long periods of time where you're not having intimacy. You don't want to have long periods of time where you're not kissing and being close to one another. You need physical intimacy. It's a big part of the relationship. Prioritize your connection. It's really important, and make time for it. Make it a priority, make it something that happens. Also, keep the romance alive one way or another by doing the classic things that you do to be romantic. Everybody has their own things they like to do, but do whatever you do that makes it romantic. Don't let the spark die, okay? Keep the fire burning. Remember that song? Keep the fire burning. Yeah, keep the fire burning. Keep it burning hot. Show them that they're loved and they're cherished. Number 9, be kind and considerate. Do little thoughtful things, little small gestures that show that you care, that you love, that you're there for them, okay? Little actions can have a big impact on somebody. They can make them feel so good about themselves. In the same way that you want to feel good about you, you can make them feel great about them as well, through small acts of kindnesses, and also how you speak to them. Speak kindly, and when emotions are high, be very careful about what you say. Don't say mean things just because you're angry. Learn to rein that in and control your anger. At number 10 and last, build trust and security. How do you do that? Keep your promises. Don't make big promises if you can't fulfill them, okay? Make smart promises. Make specific promises that are measurable, achievable, and that you can do. So be loyal as well and faithful. If you begin to feel as if I don't know if this person's for me, and you find your eyes are straying, you're looking elsewhere, end the relationship. Have enough respect for them and yourself to let them know, this isn't for me, I'm out of here, okay? Aside of that, stay loyal and stay faithful to the person, because this is the agreement you've had. Now, don't get me wrong, relationships can come in all different forms. You could be a 3-part relationship, an octagonal relationship, as long as that's something that's been agreed between the both of you, okay, or the 3 of you or the 4 of you. If you have that agreement, it's fine. However, if you are considered to be in an exclusive relationship, keep it exclusive and don't betray someone's trust. In conclusion, good love is a balance of open communication, emotional support, respect, and independence. Daily acts of affection. It's also about being present, being patient, and being genuinely invested in the happiness and growth of the person that you are with. When you nurture both yourself and the other person, you create a relationship that thrives on respect, understanding, and has an awesome, deep connection. Bye for now.